Hey, welcome back. Are you learning English? Great! Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started. China's story about its people is like a big up and down trip. A roller coaster. It started around 1950, soon after the country was formed. After that, more and more people were born every year. The population grew very fast. It was an explosive growth. But then, a big problem happened. From around 1958 to 1961, there was a time of not enough food across the country. This was a catastrophic famine. Millions of people were very hungry, and sadly, many died. This stopped the fast growth for a time. When the food problem was over, the country started to grow again quickly. Many babies were born. This was like a strong baby boom after the famine. The number of people in China grew very fast. By the end of the last century, the population became 2 times bigger than it was before the boom. This happened while people's lives slowly got a little better. Later, in the 1970s, leaders in China became worried. They thought having too many people growing too fast would stop the country from getting rich and modern. They asked families to have fewer children. Then, something very big changed. China started to have fewer births. Now, for the first time in many years, the total number of people is starting to go down. This is a very important change. It is a sudden and historic decline. What does this mean for China and the rest of the world? China's population is getting smaller and older very quickly. This situation is sometimes called a demographic winter. It is a big change for China's future. It is also a big change for the whole world. What will happen next because of this? This book will try to answer that central question. We will look at why the population is changing so much and what problems and changes this brings for everyone too. The one-child rule. In the 1970s, Chinese leaders started to worry. They saw the population growing very fast. They thought this fast growth would stop the country from getting richer and hurt the economy. So, in 1973, they began a plan. It was called the Later, Longer, Fewer campaign. This plan asked couples to marry later in life. It also asked them to wait longer before having a child and to have fewer children. The goal was usually no more than 2 children per family. This first plan worked a little. The average number of babies a woman had dropped. It went from about 6 babies per woman in 1970 to about 2.7 by 1980. But in 1980, the government made the rules much stricter. They started the one-child policy across the whole country. For most families, especially in cities, this meant they could only have 1 child. There were some small differences for families in the countryside. To make people follow this rule, the government used strong methods. Families who had more than 1 child could face heavy fines, which meant paying a lot of money. There were also public messages and posters everywhere. These messages, like propaganda, said that having 1 is enough was a good thing. Over the years that followed, the number of babies born each year dropped sharply. By 1990, the birth rate was close to the replacement level. This is the number of babies needed so the population stays about the same size, which is around 2.1 babies per woman. However, the birth rate continued to fall much lower. By 2015, it was below 1.5 babies per woman. Today, the average number of babies per woman is around 1.1 or even less. This is well below the replacement level. This means that each new generation of people born in China is smaller than the generation before it. This fast drop in the birth rate was a very important and big change for China. 3. An old country. After many years, a new problem appeared in families. It is called the 4-to-1 problem. This